Welcome back to the Sawmill, friends. Today's video is sponsored by our friends over at EcoFlow. And guys, they sent over 2 brand new units I can't wait to show you guys. So friends, before we take a look at these units, let me show you something over here. This right here is an EcoFlow power unit, one of my favorite ones. I use this one to charge up all my batteries for my power tools. People ask me all the time, why don't you use a regular wall outlet? Why are you using this power unit? Well, the reason is, a day like today, the power's out, the utility company's doing some work down the road, and I need to use these tools on a project this evening, and without this unit right here, I would not be able to power up these batteries. These are great to have, and today is a real good, real-world example of why I like to have them on hand. Friends, what we're looking at here is part of the brand new EcoFlow Delta 3 series, and this thing is awesome. So over here on the left, we have the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max Plus Smart Extra Battery. That's really nice for a unit like this. Then over here on the right, we have the main unit, I like to call it, the Delta 3 Max. It has 2,048 watts capacity and 2,400 watts of output. All right, guys, both of these units come with a quick start guide, your warranty information, all your cords. This is the charging cord right here for this unit. And over here, this is the cord that connects this battery to your main unit right there. Let's go ahead and hook these two together and power it up. And then we'll go over all these details right here and also the specifics of what this unit can do. On this channel, I have reviewed a lot of power units in the past few years. And guys, I'm not just saying this. EcoFlow is my favorite one, and I think it's the best built one on the market in my opinion. These things are great. Important cable right here. This is how you connect both of those together. This is a very small detail, but it's a big deal when it comes to these power units. You got to have this cable to connect the battery to the unit, and EcoFlow has designed this so it stays out of the way. It's not out here. The connector isn't pointing this way. It's nice and flush with the back of the unit. Stuff like this makes a difference when you're carrying these around or storing them for use, because those cables can get in the way, and that's something EcoFlow does, guys. They make sure they think of just about everything, and that's nice to see. And something else I did not cover on the quick start manual, it also has a QR code right there. You can also download the app. I'll show you guys that here in just a minute when we update this unit. Good to have for something like this. Let's go ahead first and power on the extra battery. Now, this is right out of the box. I've not charged up nothing yet. All right, friends, right here on the main screen, this is direct from the factory. We're at 29%, 3.2 days left on this charge. That's if nothing was plugged into it. Got your output right here and your input on the left, and also all your port information, etc., etc. Right here you have your AC on and off. Those buttons right there for both of those. When we come down here, you have 4 AC inputs right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 USB-C 45 watts. A USB-A 18 watt. And over on the left, a USB-C watt 140 watt. That's nice to see right there. These are really handy on charging up your phones. So let's say you're the man of the house and you're in a long-term power outage. What do? You got to keep your family safe. What if you can't communicate because the cell phone towers are down, or you can't charge up your cell phones because you don't have something like this? Another option is radios. I have a lot of radios here at my farm, and you got to keep them charged up, and this unit will keep communication lines open, which is what you need in those situations. And this is something here, guys, that you would never regret having. A way to keep your radio charged up. Plug it right in, sit down to your base, grab your radio. There you go. I'm going to touch on this because I think it's really important. Right now we're charging up this small radio and we're not using hardly any battery life right here. Looky here, 29%, 1.9 days left. The output is almost not even reading right there. It's just barely registering just a little. You'll get a little bump every few seconds. That tells you that an essential tool like this, which is a radio or your cell phone, you could keep charged up and keep this going for days in a power outage situation. This right here is great to have on hand, guys. You will never regret having a power unit in your arsenal, especially in a bad situation. And one of the things I really like about these power units is your ability to charge them up. You can charge them off the grid, solar, which is my favorite, or through the cigarette lighter on your vehicle or even your tractor. There's no gas fumes or nothing like that you get from a gas generator. You can do all this indoors. All right, guys, before we take this unit out in the field and see what it will do, let me show you another unit EcoFlow sent over that goes with this same series. But before we do that, let me show you guys the app here that EcoFlow has to go with their units. And right now it's discovering a new device. It's discovering the Delta 3 Max Plus. You hit the add, and there you go. And now that unit is communicating with the app. All right, let's go over here and get the other unit and check it out. So this one's a little bit larger, but luckily EcoFlow put wheels on it. And real briefly, friends, this unit right here is called the EcoFlow Delta 3 Ultra. The capacity is 3,072 watts and the output is 3,600 watts. So right here on the Ultra, you'll find the inputs that EcoFlow puts on a lot of their units. You have your 110s, your USBs, power, AC button, and also another nice feature is a 30 amp max 3,000 watt plug right there. Really good feature. We're not going to test this one out today, but I wanted to show it to you guys since it is part of the EcoFlow Delta line. Some key features here in the Delta 3 Max Plus: it delivers a stable 3,000 watt rated output, 6,000 watt surge, and also provides 2,400 watt rated output. Both models are capable of providing up to 99% of your household appliances, including cookers, water heaters, ovens, and power tools. And also with some AC output as well, you can get smoother performance and standard grid power, offering better protection for sensitive electronics. And also, both Delta 3 Max Plus and the Delta 3 Max feature a high-performance DSP chip that samples voltage and current every 33 microseconds. So guys, I run a sawmill for a living, and in order for me to run this sawmill, this conveyor has to work as well. It's got a 2 horsepower motor, it runs on 110. If it's not running, I can't saw, which means I can't have money and my family can't eat. Let me show you the motor over here that it powers. It's 2 horsepower, it's 110, but it requires a good amount of energy right here to move this conveyor because it's 30 feet long. For a power unit to pass the test at my farm, it's got to be able to run that conveyor because that conveyor is my livelihood pretty much. I think I left this thing on. I sure did. It's still on. The AC is still going. We're at 28%. Now we got our remote right here to turn that switch off and on. Let's see if we can get this thing going. As the breadwinner for my family, this sawmill has to run in order for me to bring in money, and that conveyor's got to run as well. So no problem there. That unit will keep us going. All right, guys, down here at one of my barns, and this is one of the projects I've been working on here for the past few days, getting rid of some of this old fencing. And I don't have a battery powered grinder, so therefore this unit right here will be perfect for a job like this. It will power up the grinder and give me the ability to stay working back here and cut all this barbed wire off. Over here on the EcoFlow, we're at 27%, and I bet we will see a decent amount of wattage used on this tool right here. Guys, no trouble powering up the grinder. Let's head up to the shop and see if we can run that power saw. All right, guys, here's another good test for this unit. We've got some lumber right there. We need to cut it to length. The power's out. No battery saws are available. Get your saw right there with the cord, plug it up. Still sitting on about 27%. Should be no trouble for EcoFlow to get this thing going. All right, guys, the EcoFlow Delta 3 Max has done everything we've asked it to do today. Let's try one more thing on it. No trouble powering this up, but this next tool does have a significant draw when you first turn it on. And that tool is my air compressor. Turn this on and see how many watts we got pulling here. So right at 1,000, having no trouble keeping this thing going. All right, guys, let's talk about what you can do with a unit like this. You can power a refrigerator 100 to 200 watts for 1 day, or a kitchen appliance up to 1,800 watts for 1 to 2 meals. Quick and dependable solution for short power outages, which is what we're having today here at my farm. You also can have overnight backup. You can run a fridge, lights, router, a TV, basic cooking, heat meals with a microwave, or an electric cooker. Also, you have multi-room essential options, supply power to essential loads in living rooms, kitchens, and simultaneously together. This also supports you in daily use, such as a laptop, maybe a heater, and also for a power dual monitor setup for your printer, your desktop, etc., etc. If you got some office needs that need to be met while the power's out, this is your answer right here. And friends, as far as special offers go, the new EcoFlow Delta 3 series will be featured in this year's Prime Bid Deal Days over on Amazon. And right now, friends, you can save 5% off the EcoFlow Delta 3 series by using my code. I'll put it right here on the screen, and it's also in the video description and the top comment as well, with all the necessary links to get you over there to buy your own. That code is good until December 31st of this year. Guys, this is a good time to pick one of these up, and don't miss out on the Prime Bid Deal Days. So friends, in closing here, you would be really surprised at how much you can power with a unit like this. If you don't have one, I would highly encourage you to take a good look at this one. EcoFlow makes the best in the business. They're my favorite unit, and there's a reason why I run them here at my farm every day, regardless of the power going out or not. This is something that you'll never regret having, guys. It's kind of like going down the road and having a flat tire and not having a spare. This unit is the same way. If the grid goes down or an emergency situation happens, you will be really glad that you had this on hand, and you'll never regret it. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And thanks to EcoFlow for sponsoring today's video. Go check it out. 5% off right now. All the links are in the video description. I can't say enough good things about this company, guys. They make some really great products. I'll see you guys back here on the next video.